Good. Okay. Good morning, everybody. I'd like to call to order the special magistrate hearing agenda for July 1st, 2020 in the city of West Palm Beach. My name is Keith Davis. I'm the special magistrate appointed by the city to preside over today's agenda. Before we begin, if you'll please silence your cell phones so they don't interrupt our proceedings, that'll be greatly appreciated. Remind everybody to keep in mind social distancing and that sort of thing. When your case is called, if you'll come up to the podium to my right, the way we'll proceed through the cases is that I'll hear from the city's witnesses first. They will tell me about the case. There will in all likelihood be documents, photographs that will be part of the record, which you'll be able to see on the screens. Once the city has concluded its case, I'll then hear from you. That'll be your opportunity to tell me everything that you feel is relevant about the case. If you have additional documents or photographs that you want me to look at, that will be the time to present those. If you are going to be speaking to me today about any of the matters on our agenda, I need to have you under oath, so if you'll please stand and raise your right hands, I can swear everybody in together. Thank you. Do each of you swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that your testimony today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. You can all have a seat. And with that, why don't we go ahead and start with the folks who are present.
Okay, number 6, 335 Clematis Street, CE 200500089. Number 6, 335 Clematis Street.
I think you're probably far enough away from anybody that you can. I have mine off because I don't think anyone's close enough to me. Okay. So go ahead.
All right. Morning. Michael Williams, Code Enforcement Officer, City of West Palm Beach. Property 335 Clematis Street was cited on 5/18/20. Certified mail was sent on 5/19/20. Certified mail receipt was returned. Property was posted as well as City Hall on 5/19/20. Property was cited for 18106A, clean and sanitary conditions, 18106K, landscaping maintenance, and 94-485-B-1-E, the paving and marking of the parking lot in its entirety. I spoke to the respondent yesterday with regard to the property coming into compliance. He did provide some information and a path going forward. This morning, he had some additional information with regard to some possible changes to the usage of the property, which he'll elaborate on here in just a minute. And so in light of that, it does look like that the trash and the debris has been removed to some extent. The landscaping is still an issue, and the paving and the striping of the parking lot still remains an issue, but Mr. Diamond can provide some testimony, and so we can just approach it from that angle.
Is the city's position that 18106A is in compliance?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And Monique, is there any way you can get the pictures full screen for me to see like they usually are? You're challenging my eyesight this morning. Normally my screen is just the insert there. In the meantime, let me go ahead and hear from the respondent. Yes, sir.
Certainly.
Let me get your name and address.
I'm sorry, Scott Diamond.
Thank you, sir.
Business address 333 Clematis Street, Suite 201. We're approved for a 10-story boutique hotel on that site and have been working to obtain financing to put that 10-story hotel up on the site. And we believe that, we will be able to do that in the near future. How near, I can't speak exactly to it. Related to the parking lot, we've been patching the holes and not repaving it due to the inability to obtain a permit to just repave it the way it is based on current city code. What I had discussed with Mr. Williams was that within the next 30 days, we'll meet with city staff and come up with a plan that we could both agree to repave the parking lot and whatever foliage they would like to see along the western border of the parking lot, and get a sprinkler system permitting to be able to get a sprinkler system in to water it. There is landscaping along the western edge. It's just because it does not have a sprinkler system, it doesn't look all that great. I do have the other buildings along Clematis Street, and I 1,000% want the parking lot to look amazing. It is in every interest I have, and I've been there since 1993. I have Provident Jewelry as well. So I made something up with Mr. Williams to get this completed and get it completed within a time frame that I believe would work for the city, to get the parking lot in compliance on the repaving of it so it looks great, the whatever kind of landscaping needed to be done along the western edge to make that look great as well, and to get irrigation system in that would take care of that. But I really need to work with the city over a certain period of time to come to a mutually agreeable idea on it, and I may need a variance related to the number of spots that are there and how that's constructed, basically.
For the new development, the variance.
Well, no. Okay, so I want to
even
make this
current city
clear.
code
I
does
will
not-
take care of the parking lot in the interim
Yeah.
and get a variance so that for that short period,
I understand.
we'll have a parking lot that's functional for people to park in and looks great. But the ultimate goal is that 335 Clematis Street is zoned for the height of the Como building now, or approved for the height of Como building with a boutique hotel, and I've been really endeavoring to do that, but I've had difficulty with the financing end of getting it built.
Okay, so you had suggested 30 days to work with city staff to come up with a plan, and then how much time do you
Correct.
think you'd?
I had asked for 180 days, in which Mr. Williams thought that sounded reasonable to get everything complete, and if it's done quick, it'll be done quick. I'll endeavor to get it done as quick as possible. I just don't want to have an issue where it doesn't get done because it takes longer to negotiate it, or they're out because it's the summer or COVID-19, or then fines start accruing on the property that I want to be in compliance, and I don't want any issues whatsoever with.
Okay, Mr. Williams, what's the city's position on the request for the 180-day compliance timeframe?
In light of what their plans are going forward, we'd be open to that.
Is there a recommendation for a daily fine amount if the 180 days is
Yeah,
not complied with?
200 per day.
All right. Any final comments?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay, then, based on the testimony and the evidence in this case, first, I do find proper notice. Second, based on the evidence, I will find the property has complied with City Code Section 18106A, but remains in violation of City Code Sections 18106K and 94485B1E. I will agree with the recommendation for 180 days for compliance. We'll allow the 180 days. Thereafter, daily fines of $200 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you both, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sir, here's a copy of your order. Number 12, 5500 North Haverhill Road, CE 200304228. Number 12, 5500 North Haverhill.
I do apologize. I need to be sworn in.
Do you swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that your testimony will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Paul McFarland, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance Officer. On March 27th, the property at 5500 North Haverhill Road was cited for providing window screens, exterior paint required, litter and trash, landscape maintenance, rental license violation, certificate of use, fence repair, landscape areas must be grass, and outdoor storage. Property was posted June 15th. Certified mail was sent May 15th. Certified mail was returned May 18th. The property has since changed management. I have been in contact with the new property manager. As of Monday, the violations of window screening has complied, exterior painting has complied, repair of fence has complied, and landscaping requiring grass has complied. The outdoor storage still remains. The rental license violation still remains. Certificate of use still remains. Landscape maintenance still remains. And the litter and trash still remain. Like I said, I have been in contact with the property manager. He's aware of what needs to be taken care of. With that being said, city's recommending 60 days to come into full compliance, or $200 a day until compliance is achieved.
Sorry, Mr. McFarland, did you say 60 days?
60 days, correct.
Thank you, sir. All right, let me hear from the respondent in this case. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Brian Galeros, Community Director, 5500 North Haverhill Road, representative for Highmark Residential. I did meet with Inspector McFarland on Monday. Highmark Residential just recently took over the community back in March. With regards to the issues of the rental certificate and the operations license, we've submitted those to DBPR, as well as I was provided the application for the rental license verification. That's being completed by my legal department in Dallas.
Okay.
So we're working to get that done. We do feel that the 60 days is definitely something that we can get in full compliance with.
Okay.
We are working to have the trash. As a matter of fact, our bulk trash pickup was done yesterday. So that should be somewhat in compliance, and we're working to get that on a regular schedule so we don't have that issue. And as he said, the screens are completed, and there's a lot of work that's going on at the community right now.
Sounds like you're making forward progress for sure, so.
Absolutely.
If you're comfortable with the 60 days, I am as well.
We are.
Okay, then, in this case, I will find proper notice. I will find, based on the evidence that's been presented, that the property remains in violation of City Code Sections 18106I, 18106K, 18162A, 2232A, and 9471C, but has complied with the other code sections that were cited in the notice. I'll accept the recommendation for 60 days and allow an additional 60 days for compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $200 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved. Thank you very much.
Number 13, 5300 45th Street, CE 20050158.
Good morning, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance Officer Paul McFarland. On May 29th, the property at 5300 45th Street was cited for overgrowth, outdoor storage requiring screening, inoperative vehicles being stored on property, prohibited signage, and parking lot in need of resurfacing. Property was posted June 15th, 2020. Certified mail was sent June 1st. Certified mail was returned June 6th. However, I've been in contact with the property owner. As of Monday, the property has come to compliance with the overgrowth, the prohibited signs. The only violations that remain is the outdoor storage, inoperative vehicles, and resurfacing of the parking lot. Seeing that the parking lot will require some permitting, city's taking that into consideration and recommending 90 days to come to compliance or a $200 a day fine be assessed until compliance is achieved.
All right, thank you, Mr. McFarland. Let me hear from the respondent. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. This is Mohammed Udin, owner of this 5300 45th Street. Yeah, I've been working on it, and then I have a tenant which is put all the debris outside, and then the vehicle. I think today is his last day, so as soon as he moved, take care of this, take everything. And he did took care a little bit, and I think a few things is left. So today is his, I think, last date, so he's gonna move. So his all stuff going to be moved. And then parking will take care of it, and I try to keep trying to patch it, and then we resurface it. I need, if you give me like this during this condition, the time, COVID-19, if I can have 180 days, it'd be better for me.
Okay, the city is recommending 90 days. You're suggesting 180. I'm not sure that 180 days is necessary for what's left to do here.
I object to that. That may be sufficient because he's having some major drainage issue with the parking lot. So he's gonna really need to get a contractor out there and assess that. Because we've had several complaints about the drainage in the parking lot as well.
Okay.
So he may need a little more time than stated.
My thought was 120 days, which is 4 months.
That should be sufficient as well, but he's gonna definitely got to get a contractor out there to assess that.
Yes, sir. I'll do contact with I did contact with the engineer. I'll go more deeper for this. The water, staying there since before I bought this one, water was, when the rain, the water stay a little bit and then it go away. Now, since like the other side of the street, the county has like a lake, and then behind my store is the ballpark, the stadium. Since those are built and the water go kind of slow. So that's what I need to consult with the engineer. So let's see what we can come up.
Okay. All right, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Anything else from the city?
No.
All right, then in this case, I do find proper notice. Based on the testimony and evidence, I find property remains in violation of City Code Sections 94-315B1, 34-102B, and 94-485E, but has complied with the other sections that were cited in the notice. I'm going to allow an additional 120 days for the outstanding violations to be brought into compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $200 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Case number 233010 North Flagler Drive, CE 2003014, number 233010 North Flagler Drive.
Good morning.
Mr. Petrick, how are you, sir?
Good, sir. How about you?
So far, so good.
All right.
Do we have a respondent here for this case?
We don't have a respondent, but we have some city witnesses that are here to
Okay.
testify. We have 2 city witnesses
Okay.
that want to testify at this case, but no respondent that I know of.
Okay.
This case in reference to a single-family home that is operating a daycare or homeschool business without a certificate of use and business tax receipt, and is also in violation of not having a rental license. Our office first received complaints of a daycare or homeschool being rented as property in early March. The complaints came from neighboring properties. Like previous mentioned, they're here today to testify. Stated that they observed several cars dropping children off in the morning, children playing outside, similar to what you see in a physical education setting in a regular school. I went out to the property on March 11th to speak to the occupant about the complaints. When I was walking to the door to post a courtesy notice, I observed posters and boards similar to what you would find in a daycare and a homeschool. Things I did today, my favorite animal is and such. As I was approaching the front door, I saw those type of things. I checked the property records and found that the owner and the mailing address is different from the property address, supporting the documentation that the property is being rented out. I did not hear from the respondent, so subsequently on March 13th, a notice of violation was issued via certified mail and posting for the previous mentioned violations. The notice Violation gave the respondent 30 days to comply by obtaining a rental license, certificate of use, and business tax receipt, or ceasing to rent the property and cease operating the business. After notice of violation was issued, our office received a letter from the respondent with no contact information, just stating he didn't feel he was in violation. Besides the letter, I've never heard from the respondent. And our office continued to receive complaints about the homeschool at the property. The original hearing was scheduled for May 6th, but was canceled due to COVID. A new notice rescheduling for today's hearing was sent via certified mail and posting on June 8th. After the renotice was issued, our office received another letter disputing the notice. It was identical to the first one that was sent, with the exception of the date being changed. But there's no contact information, no email, no phone number to contact the respondent back. And I never heard from the respondent. As of today, the property remains in violation of Code Sections 18162A, no rental license, 2232A, no certificate of use, 82144, no business tax receipt. The city is asking for compliance within 30 days or $200 a day fine be assessed. And we have witnesses here to testify on what they observed.
Before I hear the other testimony, one question.
Sure.
Would what they are doing there be permissible if they had the proper certificate and license and pay the business tax, or is it not even possible to do what they're doing there?
I did speak to the permitting department on that, and what she told me was they'd have to apply for that and have to take a look at exactly what it is, how many students are being. It depends on a number of factors. It's possible, but it would have to go through the
Understood.
permitting process.
Okay, so it's not even in the universe of possibility. It could be possible if they were compliant with certain city requirements and were licensed, and I understand.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
That's
all
correct.
right.
Yes,
Why
sir.
don't you go ahead and let me hear from your next witness.
Okay, folks, you want to come on up to the podium?
Good morning. My name is Lon Sabella, and I reside across the street in one house south of this violation. And my observation was over the course of many months, it started getting more and more. We would see people coming with like 10, 12-year-old kids and dropping them off. And at one point, there'd be like 10, 12 cars on Flagler. Now, this is an R1 residential district. From what I understand from the people I spoke with in the city, this use of a school would not be permitted. I think the city tends to be as flexible as possible, and that's probably a good thing. But this is a downgrade from what I understand from a few real estate people I've spoken to the neighborhood. And it seems to be a flagrant misuse of a single-family home. We've observed not only people coming and dropping off their children and then leaving and then coming back early afternoon and picking them up, but we've observed track meeting on the sidewalk in front of that house and adjacent homes with yelling and screaming and playing ball. It really isn't conducive to the legal right to quiet enjoyment of a residential neighborhood when you feel you're living next door to a schoolyard. And we all love kids, but in the right place. And we bought and we did due diligence, and we checked what would be allowed before we bought, and we found that that particular use would not be allowed. I believe there's also a police report, and I'll let Monique speak to that, with kids in go-karts literally in the street, creating real possible damage to the kids and other, drivers.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, my name is Monique Book. I'm at 3001 North Flagler. I'm here and I'll contest to what I've seen, but not my opinion one way or the other. It started about a year ago. There was 2 children, and what looked to be a teacher would come with her vehicle, and that children would help unload. Their 2 young boys would help unload her books and go into the house. And then it consistently got had more children being dropped off. Very consistent with the time of school commencing and with school ending every day. And the I'd say it went to around 8 to 10 children it got up to be. There was a lot of parking on Flagler where Flagler narrows the parking, and it was hindering the vehicles having to go, the driving vehicles having to go around them. And there's one gentleman there who appears to be the athletic director, and he would have the children running up and down Flagler when the balls. I called the police when I saw him direct them to get individually into go-karts and race down Flagler. I called the police because I thought it was endangering the children by far. They would have went right under a car. They're not aware of what they're doing. They were instructed to do so. The police did come, put an end to it, and the report was filed.
Let me ask you a question. In your observations of the dropping off and picking up, did it appear that it was the same children being dropped off and picked up every day, or were they different?
Same parents.
Each
One
day?
gentleman who drives a black Porsche, he would drop his daughter off every morning. The 2 young boys that started appear to live there. They weren't dropped off. This was just maybe a typical homeschool, started that way, and then it just grew.
And you say it got up to 8 to 10?
I'd say, yeah, safely 8 children, girls and boys.
Yeah.
And I'd say they were anywhere, it started, they appeared to be like 8 to 10, and then I'd say, you know, as the year went by, maybe 9 to 12-year-olds, you know, in a group. Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate you.
Peaceful, but I don't think appropriate for the area, and especially for their environment, what they're constricted. Flagler is not a playground for, you know, for safety for children. And so I think, you know, we need to know about that.
Well, thank you very much. Anything else from the city?
No, nothing further, thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, in this case, first of all, I do find proper notice with the posting and the certified mail, even though the respondent is not present. Based on the testimony and the evidence, it's very clear to me the property is in violation of City Code Sections 18162A, 2232A, and 82144. I'll accept the city's recommendation for compliance within 30 days thereafter, daily fines of $200 per day. You know, compliance could mean a variety of things. Shut it down or comply with whatever may be allowed. I'm not opining on what is or isn't permissible there, but they'll have to comply with whatever the city codes permit.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Number 25, 444 33rd Street, CE 200500165. Number 25, 444 33rd Street.
Good morning, Joe Petrick, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This case in reference to a fence that was replaced on a single-family lot without a permit in violation of Building Code Sections 105.1 and 110. A notice of violation was issued via certified mail and posting on June 1st and gave the respondent 20 days to obtain a permit for the fence. After notice of violation was issued, I was contacted by the respondent's son, who's present here today, and he's been cooperating during the process, and we discussed the violations and how we could cure the violation. The respondent resides out of town and has been working with his son in a permitting department to obtain a permit for the fence. The permit was applied for on June 22nd. Due to the current COVID situation, the respondent being out of town, City Hall having limited access, and the property being located in a historic district, which requires additional review during the permitting process, the city is asking for 60 days for compliance. Compliance would mean obtaining a permit and then completing all the required inspections, or a $50 a day fine be assessed.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Petrick. Let me hear from the respondent. Good morning, sir.
Morning. My name is Talbot Simons. I reside in Nashville, but I am half a year here in 444 33rd Street, West Palm Beach, Florida. This fence was replaced due to the fact that there was a fence permit pulled in 1989. I lived in that house my entire life, and my father actually used to be very involved in the city commission way back in the day, and so I trusted his judgment when we thought that we could replace it with the old permit, which obviously is not allowed. I've now been informed of that. So we've gone ahead and we filed for the new permit. The fence is pretty much in the exact same location as the old fence was, so I can't really imagine Historic having an issue with it. And it's really high quality. It looks almost identical to the fences that are in my neighborhood, or if not, you know, of the same standard or style, so it should be okay. I can't imagine there being an issue, and The only reason this happened is I was trying to reach out, and during COVID, it's been almost impossible to reach the permitting department via phone.
Sure.
And as I'm new to this, I kind of just was unable to get a hold of anybody. Via email, however, everybody's answering really quickly, so we got this kind of
So the
taken care of.
city's suggesting 60 more days, 2 more months to get this wrapped up.
60 at the, I think 60 at the minimum. It took almost 30 days just to get a hold of somebody in permitting in order to get this started, let alone the historic department and everything else that's going through. If we could get a little bit more time just for fun, that'd be great. I don't want to end up getting into that questionable zone. The fence is up. It's, you know, I can't imagine it's going to take long for them to do. They'll probably take one look at it. They'll be happy with it in terms of inspection, so.
Is there any objection to a 90-day window on this?
No, no
Opposed to
objection at all.
60? I'm inclined to do 90 days as opposed to 60 days. That gives you 3 months.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a,
All right, thank you. Then, in this case, I will find proper notice. I will find the property remains in violation as cited. I'm going to allow an additional 90 days for compliance, and thereafter, daily fines of $50 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved.
Thank you. I
Thank you very
appreciate that.
much.
Thank you.
thank you.
Sir, here's a copy of your order.
Yes, thank you.
Number 27529 25th Street, CE 20060204. Number 27529 25th Street.
Joe Petrick, West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This case is in reference to a business. It's a restaurant and bar that has trash and debris being stored outside the dumpster behind the business. This business has been cited for several violations over the past year, including operating a business without a business tax receipt, a certificate of use. Daily fines are accruing for those violations. The notice of violation for this case regarding improper storage of trash and debris was issued via certified mail and posting on June 18th. The notice of violation gave the respondent 10 days to comply by removing the trash and debris and storing all the trash and debris in the dumpster per the city code. I have not heard from the respondent. As of today, the property remains in violation of City Ordinance 18-1071. The city is asking for compliance within 10 days or a $200 a day fine be assessed. There is a witness here for the city to testify what he's witnessed
All
regarding
right.
trash and debris.
Did you say you're recommending 10 days for compliance and then $200 per day for daily fines?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I just wanted to make sure I heard you correctly. All right, go ahead and call your witness.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Hi, my name is Chad Gruber. I'm here with my wife, Jessica. We live at 524 26th Street, which is directly behind the pictures that you're seeing on the video.
Yes, sir.
The trash has been there for weeks and weeks. After Mr. Petrick issued his notice, you know, some of the bags disappeared, but they've accumulated again, and today they're, you know, not quite to that extent, but they're getting there. They seem to be a chronic issue. I mean, they flagrantly don't follow any of the rules as with respect, you know, beyond the trash. So we're asking that they, you know, get the full fine, whatever that might be, and to take care of it as soon as possible. I mean, we're kind of tired of looking at it.
Understood. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Do you have any other witnesses, Mr. Petrick?
No, sir.
Is there anybody here on behalf of the respondent for this case? Okay.
No, sir, not that I know of.
Okay, well, I do find proper notice with the certified mail-in posting, even though the respondent is not present. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find property remains in violation as cited. I'll accept the city's recommendation for compliance within 10 days, and thereafter, daily fines of $200 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 341403 Georgia Avenue, CE 20010017. Number 34.
Don Williams, Code Enforcement. I cited this property, 1403 Georgia Avenue, for 94442E, which is sodding this well in the parkway, 94482A, which is unpaved parking, and 94485E, which is resurfacing the parking lot. I actually cited this case on January 2nd, 2020, posted this property June 10th, 2020, and certified mail was sent out on May 18th, 2020. I have had constant contact with the owner. She's here today. And my recommendation would be 180 days to comply or $100 a day thereafter.
All right, thank you, Mr. Williams. Yes, ma'am.
Hi. 1403 Georgia Avenue and the house directly next to it.
Let me get your name.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
My name's Penny Latham.
Okay, and how are you affiliated with the property?
I own Willoughby and Associates,
Okay,
and Willoughby and Associates owns 1403 Georgia Avenue and 714 New Jersey Street, which is right next door.
gotcha. Okay, good.
They share the parking lot.
Okay, go ahead.
So 714 New Jersey Street is a house with a cottage behind it, and we are remodeling the cottage and the main house, and the parking lot is necessary to put the dumpsters and the trucks for the workmen when the tenants are at work. And we're going to open up the fence that leads us to the backyard as well. I've had issues with the architect that I paid $2,000. Actually, I paid him over $4,000 to do the plans. He never gave them back. He took the money, but he never did the plans. And in April, I hired another company who was able to get the plans. They were supposed to have them to me by May 15th. I got them last Friday. They've been submitted for permit, and as soon as the permit comes through, we will start construction immediately and get those both properties done. Our intent is to turn the parking lot into cobblestoned, the look of cobblestone with a trellis above it to protect the cars. And so to do anything to it now, whatever we do to it now will be destroyed by the dumpsters as they come and go.
Okay, well, the city is recommending 180 days to get this into compliance, so do you feel that's sufficient time? It sounds like it should be.
I don't know when the permit's going to be issued, so I think 6 months is good for the construction itself, but I will take whatever it is that you guys want to, I will comply with anything that you guys want to offer.
So I'm inclined to accept the city's recommendation on the 180 days, but I would tell you that if, you're getting down to that last month or 2 months and it looks like you're pretty confident you're not going to make it, you
Right.
can stay in touch, with Mr. Williams or whoever she needs to talk to at City Hall, and you can request an opportunity to come back and ask for an extension of time.
Thank you very much.
And then, if it comes before me, typically if I see good faith progress and just, I'm likely to grant an extension if I see you've really been, trying. And
Right.
conversely, if nothing's happened and now there's a mad rush at the end, to probably not. But all that to say that I just want you to be aware that that's
Thank you.
an option that is available. So,
We have the contractor, we have a new architect, and we are just waiting for the permits to come through.
okay.
And everybody's ready to go.
Like I say, it sounds to me like 180 days is a good estimate of what should be able to get done. So,
I forgot to mention that 94442E is compliant, which is the parkways and swell landscaping.
That is complied?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. Okay, then in this case, I do find proper
I'm sorry, I
notice.
missed which one's complied?
The
94442E.
landscape of the swale
Thank
is
you, sorry.
complied, he said. So I do find proper notice. I will find, based on the testimony and the evidence, that the property has complied with 94442E, but remains in violation with City Code Sections 94482A regarding the parking and 94485E regarding the parking lot surface. I'll accept the city's recommendation, allow an additional 180 days for compliance, and thereafter daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved. Okay, thank you very much.
Next case, number 36-610 Comata Street, 836 CE 20030334. Number 36-610 Comata Street, 836. Don Williams. Well, it looks like we don't have any to sign in. I don't see anyone here, though.
It was just there.
It's number 36-610 Clematis, 836. Okay.
Okay. 610 Clematis, cited this property for 18-162A, which for rental license and certificate of use. It was cited on January 2nd, 2020, and posted in May 20th, 2020, and certified mail was sent out February 18th, 2020. I had contact with the owner. He was here earlier and actually went over and applied for the license. So I'm giving him an additional 30 days to comply that license, or $100 a day thereafter.
Did you say they had applied at this
Yeah,
point?
he did it today. He was here today.
Okay.
He left earlier, but he applied.
All right, so they're not here at this
No, he
point?
left. He had to go.
All right. I will find proper notice with the posting and the certified mail. And based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find the property remains in violation as cited. I'll accept the city's recommendation for an additional 30 days to comply, and thereafter daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all we have for contested matters. Number 1, 1670 45th Street, CE 20050157, Yazan Supercenter.
Good morning, Officer Lester, West Palm Code. Okay, this property was cited for certificate of use and business tax receipt. This is a delinquent license renewal, and property was posted on 5/29/2020. Cert mail was signed on 6/3/2020, and they are now in delinquent of $2,609.66. I'm asking for a daily fine of $250 per day for the certificate of use, and the one-time fine for the business tax receipt of $250.
All right, and we don't have any respondents left in the room, I think. So I will find proper notice with the posting and the certified mail. Based on the evidence and testimony, I will find the property remains in violation as cited. I'll accept the city's recommendation and assess daily fines of $250 per day on the violation of 2232A beginning today.
Yes, sir.
And I will assess the one-time $250 fine on the violation of 82144, the business tax.
Thank you.
Okay.
Number 2, 816 37th Street, CE 20060021.
Good morning, Natalie Clark, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. 816 37th Street was cited on 6/3/20. The property in City Hall were posted on 6/18/20, and certified mail was sent on 6/4/20. The property was cited for 18-106B, 18-215B, 7434A1J, 78-6, and 9471C. I've had no contact with the owner. All code sections have complied with the exception of 78-6. The city is asking for an additional 15 days or $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
All right, I will find proper notice with the posting and the certified mail. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find the property has complied with the exception of 78-6, which remains in violation. I'll allow an additional 15 days for that violation to be complied. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day.
Thank you.
Number 3 is complied, 948 Ortega Road, CE 200300272. Number 4, 901 North Tamron Avenue, CE 200400106.
Good morning, Officer Frosca, West Palm Beach Code. Property was declared a chronic nuisance on April 22nd of 2020, and the property was, it's based on 2 prior adjudicated cases of non-compliance. The property was posted on April 22nd of 2020, and certified mail was sent twice, one to the registered agent of the corporation and to the tax roll, and 4 other mailings were sent to each individual agent in the business, in the LLC. There was no response from the owners at that point, or an attempt at an action plan. And a notice of violation, notice of hearing was sent out on June 6th of 2020, and certified mail was sent June 5th, all to the same respondents and posted at the property. No action plan, no further contact. There was the registered agent, who is an attorney, who contacted me at the end of last week, but nothing significant came of that conversation. So the city is asking that the magistrate formally declare this property a chronic nuisance and enter a service order allowing the city to abate code violations that are not limited to cutting and cleaning, boarding and securing, insect and rodent infestation, and all costs billed back to the owner of the property, including code inspections.
All right. I will find proper notice in this case with the posting and with the certified mail. Based on the evidence, I do affirm the city's declaration of chronic nuisance. I'll enter a chronic nuisance service order that authorizes the city to enter the property, abate the violations, including the overgrowth, the trash, rodent or other insect infestation, secure the property as needed, and assess all charges, including inspection costs, against the property.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 5, 535 Lilac Court, CE 200500104.
John Frosca, West Palm Beach Code, 535 Lilac Court. The property was declared a chronic nuisance on May 19th of 2020, and it's based on a prior adjudicated case of noncompliance. Property was posted on May 19th of 2020, and certified mail was sent to two different addresses, the tax roll and to an additional address that we found. There was no response from the owner, and at that point, notice of violation, notice of hearing was posted on June 11th, 2020, and certified mail was sent out to the tax roll and to the additional address. There was no contact from the owner. As of yesterday afternoon, I received a voice message, which was too late for me to have any conversation with the owner. The property is still a filthy mess. There was some mowing of the lawns. It's not in good condition, and the city is asking the magistrate to formally declare this property a chronic nuisance and enter a service order, allowing the city to abate for code violations not limited to, but cutting and cleaning, boarding, securing, and insect and rodent infestation, and all costs billed back to the owner of the property, including code inspections.
All right, thank you. I do find proper notice in this case, even though the respondent is not present. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I do find and declare this property to be a chronic nuisance. I will enter a service order that authorizes the city to enter the property, abate the nuisance violations, including but not limited to the overgrowth, trash, any infestations, securing whatever needs to be secured, and assessing all costs, including inspection costs, against the property.
Thank you.
Number 7, 400 Hibiscus Street, CE 200600133.
Michael Williams, Code Enforcement Officer, City of West Palm Beach. Property 400 Hibiscus Street was cited on 6/11/20. Certified mail was sent on 6/12/20. Certified mail was returned. The property, as well as City Hall, was posted on 6/15/20. Property was initially cited for 18105J, non-residential paint, 18106A, clean and sanitary conditions, 18106M, maintaining of the landscaping, 74-4-C-5, cleanup of the right-of-way, 78-94-C, swell area maintenance, and 94-442-C-1, landscaping areas must be grass. I did speak to a respondent from the Arthritis Foundation on a couple of occasions with regard to the violations. She indicated that that they were having some financial issues, so forth. But she did indicate also that they would begin to bring the property into compliance. And as of last evening, the following were noted, complied: 18106A, 18106M, 74-4-C-5, and 78-94-C. The only two remaining violations are 18105J, non-residential paint. They probably could get away with some pressure washing, but in the event that the pressure washing does not work out, there are some areas in the front of the building and also on the east side of the building that require some attention. And 94-442-C-1, with regard to landscaping, there are some areas where there's some hedges and some vegetation areas that, per the ordinance, require some landscaping, and that landscaping could be mulch, or they could put in some rocks or something in some of those areas. So those are the only two that are, that remain rather. The city is requesting an additional 45 days in order to comply, or $50 per day be imposed.
All right, thank you. I will find proper notice in this case with the posting in the certified mail. Based on the testimony and evidence, I will find the property remains in violation of City Code Sections 18105J and 94-442C1, but that the property is in compliance with all other sections that were cited in the notice. I'll accept the city's recommendation for an additional 45 days to bring the property into compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $50 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved.
Thank you.
Number 8, 20th Street, CE 200500052.
Good morning. This property was cited on May 8th. The property and City Hall were posted on June 11th. I've had contact with the property owner. Certified mail was signed for on May 15th. This property was cited for 1816A, 1816B, 74-4C3, 74-4C4, and 74-4C5. At this time, the city is recommending 10 days or abate.
Then everything is still outstanding?
It's still outstanding.
Okay. I will find proper notice with the signed certified mail and with the posting. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I'll find the property remains in violation as cited in the notice of violation. I'll accept the city's recommendation for an additional 10 days for compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved.
I believe the request was 10 days or abatement, correct?
Yes.
What did you say? I thought you said $100 per day.
I'm sorry, no, I said abate.
Okay. Let me tell me about the health, safety, welfare concerns on the property.
Well, this
Is that a tent? Is somebody living in the
someone
tent?
was living there, but they got, placed in a hotel or something. But this property is actually a nuisance. I'm constantly having to keep citing them to cut the grass, and they're in between two residential areas, and they'll cut it for a month and then they won't cut it, and it just gets badly overgrown, and which is the state that it's in now. I do believe that it is a health and safety risk to the residents around it.
All right, and I'm seeing some very high grass in that picture there, and then the piles of debris. So I will agree with that assessment that this property does, or those violations constitute a threat to public health, safety, and welfare. I'll allow the 10 days. After that, I'll authorize the city to enter the property, abate those violations, and assess the costs.
Number 9, 727 20th Street, CE 200500056.
Cassandra St. Hilaire, Code Enforcement Officer with the City of West Palm Beach. This property was cited on May 12th. Certified mail was signed for on May 15th. Property and City Hall were posted June 11th. Property was cited for 1816A, 1816B, 74-4A3, 74-4C4, 74-4C5. Currently, the property is now in compliance, but they did comply after the reinspection date, so at this time, the city is asking for a finding of fact.
What was the compliance deadline, and when did they actually comply?
I believe it was like the 23rd of May. I think it was, Monique, are you able to pull it up the case for me? Yeah. It was the reinspection date. I believe it was the 20. Yeah, no, just go to events and inspections. I can't really see. I believe it was the 20. It's up there. Reinspection, the second one. No, that one. Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah. June 12th was the reinspection date. They failed.
So it complied on June 12th, and the notice required of May. The notice of violation required it to be complied in during the
By
month
June
of
12th,
May.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then, I do find proper notice. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find the property was in violation as cited, came into compliance, but not until after the deadline that was required by the notice of violation. I'll enter a finding of fact in this case with no further action required.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Number 10, 46th Street, CE 20060105.
Good morning.
Morning.
Christopher Thompson, City of West Palm Code Compliance. Property at 46th Street was cited on 6/10/2020. Certified mail was sent on 6/10/2020. City Hall was posted on 6/10/2020. Property was cited for overgrowth, outdoor storage, clean and sanitary, and trash in the swell. I have not made contact with the homeowner as of today. City is requesting additional 30 days to come into compliance, or $100 a day until compliance is achieved.
Thank you. Okay, all right, I do find proper notice with the posting in the certified mail. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find the property remains in violation as cited in the notice. I'll accept the city's recommendation for an additional 30 days to comply, and thereafter daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved.
Thank you.
Number 11, 708 41st Street, CE 20060106.
Christopher Thompson, City of West Palm Code Compliance. Property was cited, property at 708 41st Street was cited on 6/10/2020. Notice of violation was posted at property 6/10/2020. Certified mail was also sent on 6/10/2020. Property was cited for outdoor storage, overgrowth, and safe egress. As of today, actually, I made contact with the homeowner, went over the violations. The property is still in compliance still out of compliance as of yesterday. So the city is requesting additional 30 days to come into compliance, or $100 a day until compliance is achieved.
Thank you. I do find proper notice in this case with the posting in the certified mail. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I find property remains in violation as cited in the notice of violation. I'll accept the city's recommendation for an additional 30 days to comply. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved.
Thank you.
Number 14, 2100 45th Street, B18, CE 20060025.
Good morning, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance Officer Paul McFarland. On June 4th, the business at 2100 45th Street, Suite B18, was cited for certificate of use violation. Business tax receipt expired, and affidavit of inventory required. Business was posted June 5th. Certified mail was sent June 4th. Certified mail was signed for June 10th. Back on March 17th, I proceeded to enter all businesses that were delinquent and inform them verbally of taking care of their business tax renewal. This is the only business that has not done so. With that being said, city's recommending 10 days for the business tax receipt of a one-time fine. The certificate of use, 10 days or $100 a day. And for the affidavit, city's recommending 10 days or $100 a day until compliance is achieved.
And you're recommending the one-time fine of $250, is that
For the
correct?
business tax receipt, correct?
All right, I will find proper notice with your signed certified mail, in this case, and you also had posting. I will find the property remains in violation as cited in the notice. I'll accept the city's recommendation, allow 10 days for compliance on 2232A and 82148. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved. On 82144, I'll assess a one-time fine of $250.
Thank you.
Number 15, 708 49th Street, CE 200300155.
Robert Watkins, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance. This property was cited on March the 9th. Certified mail was sent May the 4th. Certified mail was received May the 6th. City Hall was posted June 23rd. This property was cited for 18-103, 18-102-3, 18-106G, 94-482A, 105.1, 18-106A. Compliant violations, 18-102-3, 18-106-A, 18-106-G, 94-42A. Remaining violations are 105-1. City is requesting 30 days, additional days, or $100 per day after. I spoke with the owner. He's just having troubles with submitting the permit for approval.
Okay, so the only thing left is getting the building permit.
Yep.
Everything else
for
is
the
compliant.
pavement that the driveway he already did.
Okay. And your recommendation is how long?
We both came up with the terms that 30 days would be good. That's what the property owner told me. 30 days would be
Okay.
good for him.
Do you have a recommendation on daily fines after the 30 days expires?
Yeah, that was $100 per day after.
Thank you. All right, I will find proper notice with the certified mail and the posting. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I'll find the property has complied with all violations cited in the notice, with the exception of City Code Section 105.1, which remains in violation. I'll accept the city's recommendation for an additional 30 days to bring that violation into compliance, and thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved.
Number 16, 5100 Spruce Avenue, CE 200300354.
City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance, Robert Watkins. This property was cited on March the 19th. Certified mail was sent May 4th. Certified mail was received May the 6th. City Hall was posted June 24th. This property was cited for 18-103B and 94-302A-4. Compliant violations were 94-302A-4. Remaining violations are 18-103B. I've had no correspondence with anyone at the property or representation of the property. The city is requesting 20 days or $50 per day after.
All right, thank you. I will find proper notice with the certified mail and the posting. In this case, based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find the property remains in violation of City Code Section 18103B, but has complied with 94-302A4. I'll accept the recommendation and to allow an additional 20 days for compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $50 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved.
Number 17, 615 58th Street, CE 200300355.
City of West Palm Beach Code, Robert Watkins. This property was cited on March the 19th. Certified mail was sent May the 4th. Certified mail was received May the 6th. City Hall was posted June 23rd. This property was cited for 18-106G, 94-71C, 94-442-C-1, 18-106B, and 18-106A. Compliant violations were 18-106A, 18-106B. Remaining violations are 18-106G, 94-71C, 94-442-C-1. The city is requesting 60 days or $100 per day after. I have, again, spoke with the homeowner on this one as well. He's just waiting on the evictions to become available so that he could sod the yard and do irrigation.
Okay. All right, I will find proper notice in this case with the certified mail and the posting. Based on testimony and evidence, I will find the property remains in violation of City Code Sections 18106G, 94442C1, and 9471C, but has complied with 18106A and B. I'll accept the city's recommendation for an additional 60 days to comply with the outstanding violations. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved.
Number 18 is rescheduled, 4201 Georgia Ave, CE 200200421. Number 19 is complied, 421 Lytle Street, CE 200300015. Number 20, 330 Nottingham Boulevard, CE 200300073.
Richard Pasmino, Code Enforcement Officer, City West Palm Beach. This property was cited on March 4th, 2020. Certified mail was sent April 9th, 2020. And the property was posted April 9th, 2020. Certified mail was signed and received April 11th, 2020. This property was cited for 105.1, failure to secure building permit for a carport structure that was built on their property, and 110.3, required inspections. I have been in contact with the owner of the property. She has made 2 applications for permits, and she has obtained the permits. Now she's pending whatever work needs to be done and final inspections. The owner is out of the state, and due to COVID, she would like at least 60 days to finish the work and pass the final inspections. The city is agreeing with that, and if this property is not brought into compliance, so finishing the work and passing the final inspections with the permits, the city's asking for a $100 a day fine.
All right, then I will find proper notice with your signed certified mail. I will find, based on the testimony and the evidence, property remains in violation as cited, based on the testimony as well as the discussions between the respondent and the city. I'll accept the recommendation for an additional 60 days to comply. That should be doable since the permit has already been obtained. However, after that, daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved.
Number 21 is complied, 900 Hanson Street, CE 200500133. Number 22, 427 Nathan Hill Road, CE 200600023.
Richard Pasmino, Code Enforcement Officer, City West Palm Beach. This is a vacant lot that was cited on June 9th, 2020. Certified mail was sent June 10th, 2020. The property and City Hall were posted June 16th, 2020. This property was cited for 18106A, trash and debris on the property, 18106B, excessive growth, 18215B, failure to comply, 74-4-C-3, overgrowth, and 74-4-C-4, trees, hedges obstructing right-of-way. I have had no contact from the property or any representatives. The grass was cut shortly after posting, but since then it has grown back, and there are areas on the property where there is still overgrowth where it wasn't cut, and all the other remaining violations are still there. The city's recommending 10 additional days for this property to come into compliance, or the city's asking for an order to abate the violations. This property is covered in lots of trash and debris and overgrowth, and some of those trees are growing into the sidewalk and into the street.
And this
broken glass.
The photograph's dated June 16th. Is that an accurate reflection of what we're dealing with now?
There are newer ones, but yeah, it's pretty much the situation there.
Okay, well, based on...
right there, the 29th.
Yeah. And then it just comes back.
It's still grown in the furthest corner, overgrown, where they didn't cut it at all back there.
I see. All right, I will find proper notice with the posting in the certified mail, even though there's been no contact and the respondent is not present. Based on the evidence, I will find the property remains in violation as cited. I agree that the violations constitute a threat to the public health, safety, and welfare. I'll allow 10 days for the property to be brought into compliance. Thereafter, authorize the city to enter the property, abate the violations, and assess the costs.
Thank you.
Number 24, 501 30th Street, CE 200500163.
Joe Petrick, West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This repeat violation case in reference to a single-family residence that was issued a notice of violation via certified mail-in posting on June 1st for weeds and overgrowth and unmaintained landscaping on the property in violation of Code Section 944462. I first observed this repeat violation on May 30th. The property was found in violation of the same section at the August 2019 Code Enforcement hearing. After the August 2019 hearing, the property came into compliance for a short period of time. However, in November of the last year, I observed in violation of the same code section again, contacted the respondent and advised him that a repeat violation could be issued. He took care of it a few days later, but the property has fallen out of compliance once again. The city is asking for $50 a day starting May 30th, the first day I observed the violation.
All right, thank you. I will find proper notice in this case. I will find, based on the testimony and the evidence, that the property remains in violation of City Code Section 944462, and further that this violation is a repeat violation based on the prior case that was testified to. I will assess daily fines of $50 per day beginning May 30th of the year 2020 until compliance is achieved.
Thank you.
Number 26, 3119 Spruce Avenue, CE 200600078.
Joe Petrick, West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This case is reference to a vacant single-family home lot that was issued a notice of violation via certified mail-in posting on June 10th for weeds and overgrowth. The notice of violation gave the respondent 10 days to comply by removing the weeds and overgrowth. I have not heard from the respondent. The property has been issued a notice of violation twice over the past year or so for the same violation. No one has ever contacted our office regarding those cases either. Those cases came into compliance before going to hearing. As of today, the property remains in violation of City Ordinance 944462. It appears that the lot has been cut, but the weeds and overgrowth remain in a swale area. The city is asking for compliance within 10 days or a $50 a day fine be assessed.
I will find proper notice in this case. Based on the evidence, I will find the property remains in violation as cited, accept the city's recommendation for 10 days to comply, thereafter daily fines of $50 per day.
Thank you.
Number 28, 3219 Windsor Avenue, CE 200500078.
Good morning. Ray Leung, City, West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 3219 Windsor Avenue was originally cited on 5/18 of 20 with a notice of violation posted at the property and City Hall, as well as certified mail sent on 5/19 of 20. This property was cited for 7434A1J, 34102A, 9471C, and 9442A. I have made contact with the owner, who is working with the tenant to resolve all violations, but at this time, all violations still exist. The city is requesting an additional 10 days to come into compliance, or $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
Do they have to do anything in terms of the unpaved parking other than not park cars there?
Just remove the car,
Okay, so
put the garbage can in the back, and move the boards.
So it's not like they have to get permits and lay down asphalt?
No permits,
stuff
nothing
like that.
required, yep.
Gotcha. All right, then I will find proper notice in this case. Based on testimony and the evidence, find the property remains in violation as cited. I will accept the city's recommendation for an additional 10 days to comply. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed.
Thank you.
Number 29, 969 32nd Street, CE 200600027.
Ray Leung, City, West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 969 32nd Street was originally cited on 6/4 of 20 with a notice of violation posted at the property and City Hall, as well as certified mail sent on 6/5 of 20. This property was cited for 9471C, 2635, 94482A, and 2635B. I have not made contact with the owner, and the violation still exists. Special Magistrate 9471C and 9442A are repeat violations from case number CE 200010346, ordered on 2/19 of 20. Therefore, the city is requesting a fine of $100 per day starting the first day the violations were documented, which is on 6/3 of 20.
So 2635 really is the section that talks about the penalties that can be imposed.
Yeah, it should have been
They're not really in
2635A,
violation of
but
that.
yes.
Yeah.
And 2635B is the actual repeat violation.
Right. All right, and so then tell me again what your penalty recommendation is.
$100, $150 per day, starting on 6/3 when the original photos was taken.
Thank you.
Special Magistrate, 969 is a constant issue as far as properties is concerned in Northwood Hills. Many complaints come in a lot about this property. The tenants, the owners, no one seems to care. You know, that's why we did get the finding of fact on 6/3, on 219.
Sure.
And that's why we're going for the repeat this time.
Okay. I do find proper notice in this case with the certified mail and the posting. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I do find the property remains in violation of City Code Sections 94482A and 9471C. I find that those violations are repeat violations based on the prior case that was testified to. I will assess daily fines of $150 per day beginning June 3rd, 2020, when this repeat violation was first observed.
Thank you.
Number 30, 911 32nd Street, CE 200600076.
Ray Leon, City, West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 911 32nd Street was originally cited on 6/8 of 20 with a notice of violation posted at the property in City Hall on 6/10 of 20. Certified mail was sent on 6/9 of 20. This property was cited for 714C5, 18106B, 744C3, and 18215B. I have not made contact with the owner, and the violations still do exist. Special Magistrate, the overgrowth of this property does pose a potential threat to the health, safety, and welfare to the community by being a possible haven for rodents, pests, etc. Therefore, the city is requesting 10 days to come into compliance or abatement.
I will find proper notice with the posting and the certified mail. I will find, based on the testimony and the evidence, that the property remains in violation as cited. The violations do constitute a threat to public health, safety, and welfare as depicted in the photographs. I'll accept the city's recommendation for an additional 10 days to comply. Thereafter, the city is authorized to enter the property, abate the violations, and assess the costs.
Thank you.
Number 31, 962 30th Street, CE 200600077.
Ray Leon, City, West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 962 30th Street was originally cited on 6/8 of 20 with a notice of violation posted at the property in City Hall on 6/10 of 20. Certified mail was sent on 6/9 of 20. This property was cited for 34102A, inoperative vehicle. I have made contact with the owner, who is working to remove the vehicle, but at this time, the violation still exists. The city is requesting an additional 10 days to come into compliance or $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
Thank you. I do find proper notice. In this case, I will find the property remains in violation as cited. I'll accept the recommendation for an additional 10 days to comply. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day.
Thank you.
Number 32, 811 32nd Street, CE 200600092.
Ray Leon, City, West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 811 32nd Street was originally cited on 6/9 of 20 with a notice of violation posted at the property in City Hall, as well as certified mail sent on 6/10 of 20. This property was cited for 18106B, 94302A4, 18215B, and 744C3. I have not made contact with the owner, but all violations are complied with the exception of 94302A4, which is the fence repair. The city is requesting an additional 30 days to come into compliance or $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
All right, I will find proper notice. I will find, based on the testimony and the evidence, that the property has complied with all code sections as cited, except for 94302A4. I'll accept the city's recommendation to allow an additional 30 days for that violation to be brought into compliance. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved.
Number 33, 3316 Greenwood Avenue, CE 200600217.
Ray Leon, City, West Palm Beach Code Compliance. 3316 Greenwood Avenue was originally cited on 6/19 of 20 with a notice of violation posted at the property in City Hall, as well as certified mail sent on 6/19 of 20. This property was cited for 18106B, 744C3, and 18215B. I have not made contact with the owner, and the violation still exists. Special Magistrate, the overgrowth at this property does pose a potential threat to the health, safety, and welfare of the community by being a possible haven for rodents, pests, etc. Therefore, the city is requesting an additional 10 days to come into compliance or abatement.
Thank you. I will find proper notice in this case. Based on the evidence, I will find the property remains in violation as cited. Further find those violations constitute a threat to the public health, safety, and welfare. I will allow an additional 10 days for the respondent to comply. Thereafter, the city is authorized to enter the property, abate the violations, and assess the costs.
Thank you.
Number 35, 600 South Dixie Highway, 853 CE 200303228.
Don Williams, Code Enforcement. This property was cited March 18, 2020. Certified mail sent May 19, 2020. And the property was posted June 12, 2020. Cited this property for 18-162A, rental license, and 2232A, certificate of use. No contact with the owners of the property, but the previous license did expire last year, September 30th. So I'm asking $100 per day to renew, $100 per day until they renew that license.
And it is occupied at this time?
Yes, it is.
Okay. How much time did you want to comply?
30 days, $100 a day.
Okay. I will find proper notice in this case with the certified mail and posting. I will find the property remains in violation as cited. Accept the city's recommendation for an additional 30 days to comply. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved.
Number 37, 630 South Sapodilla Ave, 405 CE 200303335.
Don Williams, Code Enforcement, cited this property March 18th, 2020. Certified mail sent out June 8th, 2020, and posted on June 12th, 2020. This is a initial new license and no contact with the owner of this property. It is occupied by tenants, so we're asking them $200 per day or 30 days to comply, or $200 a day thereafter.
I will find proper notice in this case. Based on the evidence and testimony, I'll find the property remains in violation as cited. Accept the city's recommendation for an additional 30 days to comply. Thereafter, daily fines of $200 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved.
Thank you.
Number 39, 651 Okeechobee Boulevard, 307 CE 200303336.
650 Don Williams, Code Enforcement. 651 Okeechobee was cited on March 18th, 2020. Certified mail sent out May 19th, 2020, and the property was posted June 12th of 2020. This is a renewal. The previous license did expire September 30th of last year. No contact with the owners, and it is occupied by tenants. So I'm asking 30 days or $100 a day thereafter.
I'll find proper notice with the posting and the certified mail. I will find, based on the evidence, that the property remains in violation as cited. I'll accept the recommendation for an additional 30 days to comply. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day.
Number 40, 719 New Jersey Street, CE 200303348.
Don Williams, Code Enforcement, cited this property on March 19th, 2020. Certified mail mailed out May 19th, 2020, and posted June 10th of 2020. This is a renewal. The previous license expired September 30th of last year. It is currently occupied by tenants, so I'm asking $100 per day, 30 days to comply, $100 a day thereafter.
With the posting and certified mail, I will find proper notice. I will find property remains in violation as cited in the notice of violation. Accept the city's recommendation for an additional 30 days to comply. Thereafter, daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved.
Number 41, 736 Claremore Drive, CE 200500059.
Don Williams, Code Enforcement, cited this property on May 13th, 2020, and posted it May 15th of 2020. Certified mail sent out June 15th, 2020, and quite a few violations. 18103B, roof and walls foundation. 18103E, external doors and windows. 18106B, excessive growth. 18106G, paint exterior. 18106K, landscape maintenance. 18106N, pool and or spa. 18214B, security of vacant property. And 18215B for failure to comply. And 18265 for boarding certificate. Two of them have complied. That would be 18106B, overgrowth, that's complied, and 18106N, the pool has been covered. All other violations are outstanding, and I have made contact with the owner. There are some significant violations, so I'm gonna request 120 days to comply, or $100 a day thereafter.
I do find proper notice with the certified mail and with the posting. I do find property has complied with 18106B and 18106N, but remains in violation with all other code sections cited in the notice. I'll accept the recommendation for 120 days to bring the remaining violations into compliance, thereafter daily fines of $100 per day.
Number 42, 820 South Dixie Highway, CE 20050074.
Don Williams, Code Enforcement, cited this property on May 18, 2020. Certified mail sent out May 18th of 2020. Posted the property on May 19, 2020. This is a violation for hike rack trees. I'm gonna give him an additional 6 months to see if those trees will come back. If not, then $250 per tree to be assessed. No contact with the owners of that property. And that's it.
How many trees?
4 trees.
4?
Yes.
All right, so we want to give them 6 months to see.
Yeah, see if it'll
they come back.
respond back, yes.
And if not, then it'll be
It will.
$250 per tree.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll find proper notice with the certified mail and the posting. I will find the property is in violation as cited. Accept the city's recommendation, allow 180 days for compliance if the trees have not returned to a code compliant condition based on the opinion of the city's arborist. Then there will be $250 assessment for each of the 4 trees.
Thank you, sir.
And number 43 is on the second part of the agenda, so that completes the first part of the agenda.
What happened with 43?
It's going to be called on the 11 o'clock agenda,
Oh, okay.
which,
And then,
Extension request.
pardon?
It's an extension request, not a regular case.
Okay. And what happened with 38? I missed
I'm
that.
sorry, one of them was a duplicate, and I didn't call it in record.
Oh, that was it. I see. Yep.
Yeah,
it's
I
exactly the same.
apologize.
Yep. Okay. All right, so when do we start with the 11 o'clock? Okay, so it's 10:32. We'll take a recess and be back on the record at 11 o'clock. we go. Okay, let's go ahead and go back on the record. This is the July 1st Special Magistrate agenda for the City of West Palm Beach. We're on the other matter part of the agenda. I'm guessing that nobody who's here was sworn in when I swore everybody in back at 9 o'clock. So if you're going to be speaking to me about any of the matters that remain on our agenda, I do need to place you under oath. If you'll all please stand and raise your right hands. Thank you. Do each of you swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that your testimony today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. You can have a seat. We'll proceed through the remainder of our agenda in the order, I guess, the folks signed up. Generally speaking, I'll hear some background information from the city on the case, and once I've received that, then I will hear from you. When your case is called, please come up to the podium over here to my right. After I've heard the background information from the city, you'll have an opportunity to tell me about your request, what you're seeking, and once I've heard everything from everybody, I will in all likelihood enter an order that grants some closure to the request, and that's how we'll proceed. If you have a cell phone, please make sure it's silenced so they don't interrupt us, and with that, let's go ahead and get started.
First case is number 10-4211 San Marino Boulevard, 101 CE 1901034, 4211 San Marino Boulevard, 101. Benjamin Jean.
Magistrate, if we may, there's actually three together from the same applicant.
Which, what are, so what?
The other two are 1739 Village and 1727 Village.
I guess this is 8, 9, and 10. Are they, you want to call them all together?
Yes, please.
Number 8, 1739 Village, 111 CE 180700623, and number 9, 727 Village, 305 CE 108080364.
So this looks like the same property, different tenant bays or different units type of thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and...
I hope I have these in the right order. Mitch Posner, Code Enforcement. Case ending in 324-4211 San Marino, Unit 101. Date ordered 4/4 of 19. Fine started 5/6 of 19. Ran for 296 days. Total $59,200. $200 a day. Date of compliance 2/26 of 20. Same owner. Case ending in 623, 1739 Village Boulevard, number 111. Date ordered 10/24 of 18. Fine started 11/26 of 18. Ran for 557 days. $111,400. $200 a day. Date of compliance 6/5 of 20. Same owner. Case ending in 3/64, 1727 Village Boulevard, number 305. Date ordered 10/24/18. Fine started 11/24/18. Ran for 559 days. Total $111,800. $200 a day. Date of compliance 6/5 of 20. Same owner. There it is. Mitigation is the NOV. The notice violation was sent to the previous property manager, but in all three cases, it was sent to the correct PAPA address at the time. As I understand it, they switched to a different property management company, but the experienced property management company failed to check for an active BTR and failed to check and make sure the mailing address was accurate to receive these notices. There were 29 properties involved in this that we had to inspect. Among all 29 properties, there were 25 rental violations under this owner. Normally, the city would ask for 50%. Due to the size of the liens, we're asking for 30%.
What happened to all the other cases? Did they resolve without having to get to it?
They were all either complied before a fine started or complied before the hearing.
Okay. Okay, let me hear from the respondent. Good afternoon.
Good
morning. Sorry, we're still in the morning.
That's
Let's not
all right.
rush the day.
That's all right.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So as he stated, we took over from a...
Get your name.
Oh,
and-
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Benjamin Jean with Kai's Property Management.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
Got it. So we took over from a previous property management company who was clearly delinquent in their duties. This was actually part of a larger portfolio of 96 properties, not all in West Palm Beach. So it did take a minute to get around to everything. We did not get the Papa address changed, so I'll take responsibility for that. But we have been in compliance with all of our other rental licenses. We got all of our permits that were outstanding from the previous company resolved. So we've made every effort to really take care of the issues once we realized that it was an issue.
Okay. And these are all three rental license, certificate of use type of violations. So two of them were from 2018 and one was from 2019. Is there a reason for the...
The previous management company clearly didn't respond in 2018. We took over in 2019, so...
Okay, do you have any further insight on that?
Yes, sir. The case ending in 324 for 4211 San Marino, that was the original lien reduction application. And of course, they complied that. The other two liens they didn't apply until after we found them checking what other properties they owned and said, hey, you got two more. So apparently we're helping them manage the properties.
Understood. All right. Is there any reason to believe that but for the change in the management company that this even would have happened?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry, and I apologize. I
That's
got
okay.
an earache. But is there any reason to believe that but for the change in the management company that this would have happened? Is all three of these attached to that occurrence, and that's the reason that it happened?
I believe so. I mean, I would think that after we got through resolving all of the issues with the full portfolio that we would have noticed that, but certainly
Okay.
we inherited the issue.
All right, anything else from the city on this one?
No, sir.
These three? Then, let's see, just taking them in order. So the case ending in 623, the original lien was $111,400. I will agree to reduce that one to $3,000. The lien on the case ending in 364 is $111,800. Same thing, I'll agree to reduce that to $3,000. And then the case ending in 324, the lien is $59,200. And I'll reduce that one to $2,000, all payable within 30 days. Okay?
If I can ask, is that enough time, 30 days?
It should be.
Okay.
And that's the final numbers.
Yeah, I mean, do you want me to, I can do more time if you think that's going to be needed.
No, we have to clear them up anyway, so we would
Okay.
take care of that.
So 3, 3, and 2, all within 30 days. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Here's a copy of your order, sir. Number 5, 3005 Glenwood Road, CE 19050510. Number 5, 3005 Glenwood.
Case ending in 510, 3005 Glenwood Road. Date ordered 7/17 of 19. Fine started 8/19 of 19, ran for 227 days, total $22,700. $100 a day, date of compliance 4/2 of 20. It's a new owner, which is the mitigating factor. Frankly, if they were all this cut and dry, it would shorten things tremendously. There is no other significant history under ownership. City's asking for standard 25%.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Hi, good morning. I'm a new property owner. My name is Barry, and I'm here today to request the lien to be reduced to a minimum because all the violations were created from the previous owner, and ever since I took over the property, I immediately killed all the violations. It was just lack of care from the previous owner, lack of maintenance, lack of love to the property, the neighborhood, and right after I acquired the property, and I fixed all the violations, and put in tremendous amount of energy, care, love, maintenance. So
Tell me about the work you did to rehabilitate the property and, the expense that you incurred in doing that.
I spent a lot of time the last few months, and then the fascia board, a lot of rotten woods around the property, paint, plant the grass in the backyard, and then I just have to pressure wash, clean it. It's just right now the condition is like in beautiful conditions. There's no doubt about it. So I spent more than $10,000 just for the exterior to bring it back to in a beautiful conditions. And it's just I turned the property like 360 degrees from the worst on the street to the best on the street right now.
Okay, so you think you spent more than 10 on the outside. What about on the inside?
The inside, yeah, we do the modification, just like like updating, the flooring, the kitchens, appliance. Yeah, it was a lot of work.
Is this a rental property?
No, it's going to be a move-in property for my family.
Okay. All right, anything else from the city?
No, sir.
Okay. So the current lien on this case is $22,700. Looks like you did a really good job in looking at the after pictures. I will agree to reduce this lien to $1,500 payable within 30 days. Can
Thank you.
do that?
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Sir, here's a copy of your order.
That's it?
That's it.
All set. Thank you. Yep.
Next case is for one address, 439 14th Street. I believe there's 9 cases altogether. So number 1, 2, 3, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 for 439 14th Street. CE 07081044, CE 04120448, CE 11080144. CE 07040575, CE 08010639, CE 08060447, CE 09060363, CE 09090612, CE 10010358.
I'm just curious if this is the one that got continued from the last.
No, this is the first time for this case. This was
Okay.
not continued.
The only reason I ask is at my last hearing, I had a time constraint, and I was told that a particularly lengthy one got rescheduled, so I was curious.
That one actually only had 2 liens. There was just a lengthy dispute involved in that one.
I was just curious if this was that, so. And I didn't want you to think anything strange was going on. That was the only reason for the question. Okay, let's try and work through these, and I guess just start at the top and present them all, and then we'll go from there.
As she said, there's 9 liens on the property. To save time on one part of it, it's all new owner. Going in chronological order, oldest first. Case ending in 448, 439 14th Street. Date order 2/16 of 05. Fine started 2/17 of 05. Ran for 487 days. Total $243,500, $500 a day. Complied 6/19 of 06. Case ending in 575, 439 14th Street. Date ordered 8/3 of 07. Fine started 11/1 of 07. Ran for 342 days. Total is $51,300, $150 a day. Date of compliance 10/8 of 08. Case ending in 144, 439 14th Street. Date ordered 10/12 of 07. Fine started 12/12 of 07. 301 days. Total $60,200, $200 a day. Date of compliance 10/8 of 08. Case ending in 639 439 14th Street. Date ordered 3/7/08. Fine started 4/22/08. 155 days, $15,500, $100 a day. Date of compliance 9/24/08. Case ending in 447 439 14th Street. Date ordered 8/1/08. Fine started 6/12/08. 27 days. Total $1,350, $50 a day. Date of compliance 7/9/08. Case ending in 363 439 14th Street. Date ordered 7/29 of 09. Fine started 6/9 of 09. Ran for 44 days. Total $3,300. Daily fine is $75 a day. Date of compliance 7/23 of 09. Case ending in 612 439 14th Street. Date ordered 11/18/09. Fine started 9/17/09. Number of days 35. Total $3,500. $100 a day. Date of compliance 10/22/09. Case ending in 358 439 14th Street. 3/17 of 10. Date ordered. Fine started 1/22 of 10. 31 days, $3,100, $100 a day. Date of compliance 2/22 of 10. And case ending in 144. 439 14th Street. Date ordered 9/7/11. Fine started 8/11/11. 27 days, $2,700, $100 a day. Date of compliance 9/7 of 2011. As I said, these are all new owner. Normally speaking, we would have said standard 25%, given the size of some of these, where city's asking for 5% across the board. The smaller liens, just so you're aware of the history, were actually repeat violations. They would take about a month to cure it, and then 2 months later be in violation again.
Okay. Yeah. And this is a vacant lot?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the newest case is 2011? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And they go back as far as 2005?
4.
04, the order was 05. Okay, gotcha. Okay. So there was a structure on the property at some point in the past, but now it's a vacant lot.
Yes, one of the larger liens, I believe, was complied after they demoed the property. But then they weren't really maintaining the vacant lot either.
Yeah, because I'm seeing things about building permits and repairing roofs and so forth, so there had to have been something on there, and it's
Yes, sir.
demolished, and now it's vacant. All right, let me hear from the respondent and get
Hi.
your
Good morning,
version
good
of
morning.
this.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here today. We purchased this. It's been a vacant lot for years and years. There was an old wood frame house, it's my
Sir,
understanding.
can you just state your name first, please?
Richard Attenberg, good morning. It's my understanding there was an old wood frame structure that was demolished well over a decade ago. That owner failed to maintain the grass, the trees, and, keep the lot clean ever since. We purchased it from from auction on April 15th. Sorry, I need glasses. And then we did pay, I'm not sure if you have access to it, but we actually did the lien payoff through, the conduits amount with a good through pay date. We paid $33,379 in city liens, which were not including the items that went to real estate tax assessments, such as the demolition, the hard costs that get pushed over to real estate taxes. So we did pay $33,379 on April 28th to your lien
That was
clerk.
for non-code enforcement related liens? What were those for?
Those were for payoffs on city liens.
Do you know what liens those might have been?
Usually, I haven't looked into that. Usually it's utility liens and that kind of thing. It's not code-related liens, or it would be here.
It was actually 11% interest for things such as the demolition. The majority of it was for the demolition lien. And that amount accrued due to an 11% interest charged by the city to this amount of $33,379. I actually figured it was going to be substantially less. I never factored an 11% accrual rate compounded year to year, but that's what it was, according to Conduits, which is the system you use.
If I can just clarify, part of that might have been code-related, but they would have been hard costs for abatement.
Okay.
So it wouldn't have been a regular lien to go through this process.
The things such as lot clearing, demolition, were pushed to or went to, non-ad valorem real estate taxes. The amount that we paid was, for city liens. More than half it was interest, actually, about 60%. Was paid. Miss Reese, is she here? Miss Reese, and no, she doesn't attend. But since we purchased it, we brought the lot into compliance the day that we purchased it, actually. And we have a landscape company who goes 2 times a month, Grassmasters of Florida, and I go by the property every week as well to pick up. People are so kind to throw bottles and trash on a regular basis, so I go with the trash bag and go in between my landscaper.
Magistrate, may I add one comment?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just making notes and
I
trying to keep
understand.
all this organized.
Whatever the total amount is, if it's okay with you, we're okay with putting it all on one of these liens, and
That was my thought, was to kind of wipe
Thank you.
most all of them, just for record.
it saves a lot of administrative time.
Yeah. That was one of the things that I was working on. That was from 2008. So there are 9 liens total on this property, right?
Yes, sir.
9, okay, so I got them all. Are there any
Pardon?
applications in to develop the property at this time, or is it, are there any?
It's too early. We're open to, I actually contacted Chris Rug in Economic Development and a few people in CRA to say, hey, if you have anyone who wants to, any business owners or anyone who wants to build, this falls into that type of, an area for economic development, CRA type of stuff, and said, hey, here's my info, here's a survey, we're open to, it's neighborhood commercial zoning, so we're open to do a build to suit, we're open to sell it, we're open to, you know, whatever, if you have a bakery, a daycare, something that falls within the permitted uses for zoning, you know, let's be in touch.
And you just acquired this in April, yes?
April 15th, yeah. And the property was in compliance the same day. And then on the 28th, we paid, like I said, $33,379, which was the amount.
Okay.
Yeah, huge amount of interest, but.
I know it's only been a short period of time, but there's been no issues since.
Yes, sir.
We also
Yes, sir.
paid, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I answered, yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, okay, so we also, it was kind of strange, but we got 4 separate invoices for $7.15 apiece. For lot re-inspection fees, and I said, Jesus, it costs the city more to send out, you know, probably that invoice than the $7.15. I said, well, just, you know, I mean, no, and they just kept coming for 4 times. But anyway, those were, I guess, remnants in the system from, you know, whatever, that supposedly it's done now. But, you know, I've been a compliant property owner for, gosh, since 2000, the city of West Palm, a registered certified contractor as well in your city, pull permits. And, yeah, you know, but the property is the cleanest on the block. I'm actually having problems with the property next door that is not, has some activity going into a vacant structure next door, and the people who go in and out of there are throwing or leaving trash on our lot. So it is an issue. I was hoping to chat with Ms. Hilaire or Frasca today, but face to face.
Okay, so let's, anything else that you'd like to tell me, sir? I think I understand where we are with this.
No, you know, we're just compliant property owner. We're on it. You know, we're in the area all the time. We keep the property cleaner than anything else on the block, and we care.
Anything else from the city?
I mean, we've got problems with other things on the block, and Scott Lewis, who's another property owner, and I were hoping to meet with Mr. Frasca or Ms. Hilaire and address some of the issues. We did file a police report, but haven't gotten a response on any of the matters yet.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay, so for the sake of accounting and record-keeping insanity, and if I can do this by agenda item as opposed to the case number, that'll be easier for me. So agenda items, tabs 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, and 11, and 3 and 1, I'm just going to reduce to 0. That just leaves the big $243,000, and I'm going to reduce that one to $5,000. And how much time do you need to pay that?
I would like it reduced to 0, sir. We again, already paid $33,379, which was 11% interest, which any reasonable person would consider that to be, pardon the phrase, but a usurious rate. It just is.
What's the city's position on this?
The city's position is definitely opposed to that. Frankly, $5,000 is, to our thinking, less than it should be. It gives the message to everyone that what the citizens have put up with all those years, with the liens piling up, was irrelevant. And it gives the message that our management was irrelevant, and anybody can build up a bunch of liens, just sell the property, and they go away. So $5,000 is already lower than the city would.
Understood.
Would want.
And I'm taking into consideration the fact that it's a new owner, the value of the property, and so I'm not going to reduce it to 0. I think.
I mean, we
I think both positions are well taken, and that's my best middle ground. I'm happy to give you more time.
It's not a matter of time. It's an issue. Sir, respectfully, we paid $33,379, which was, to be honest, pretty excessive, heavy-handed, and unfair. Again, we're the compliant property owner. This is vacant land. This is not. We didn't buy a property that's improved that we're planning on renting out immediately. This is vacant land that we brought into compliance the same day. And to tell you the truth, we've been having problems with the property next door and others on the street, and we're not getting. I think I should talk to Mitch Posner after about what dissatisfaction with not having the property next door being boarded up. It's been 7 weeks since we asked.
And that's why I'm reducing almost $400,000 in liens to $5,000 in
Your Honor, these are
DAs.
soft fees that were accrued by the previous owner, $33,379.
$5,000, 30 days to pay. That's my order. Thank you very much.
Sir, here's a copy of your order.
Next case.
Number 420 Puritan Road, CE 19030382. Number 420 Puritan, I'm sorry. Yes, yeah, number 420 Puritan.
Good morning.
Morning.
Whenever you're ready.
Case ending in 3A2, 420 Puritan Road, date ordered 5/1 of 19, fine started 6/17 of 19, ran for 322 days, total $16,100, $50 a day, date of compliance 5/4 of 20. New owner, no history whatsoever in the city of West Palm Beach, and the actual single lien itself was caused, my understanding, is because it became an estate when the owner/resident passed away.
Can you say that last part again?
The original case with this lien was the issues were caused when the original owner/resident passed away.
Understood.
It was an estate. He purchased it from the estate as the new owner. City's asking standard 25%.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
My name is Luis Crespo. I purchased the property from March 16th to today. I'm still working on it. I have some pictures for you if you want to take a look at them, please.
Sure. You can show them to Mr. Posner first, and then I'll take a look at them.
No objection. We frankly would have stipulated these were the prior conditions.
Okay. Why don't you tell me what I'm looking at here, Mr. Crespo? Are
Sorry?
these all prior to the?
Yes, prior to whatever pictures they had, I improved and is showing the materials that were disposed of, about 20,000 pounds of garbage that I had to pull out of the lot. And once I started working on the house, once I purchased the contract, I started taking care of the violations. There were two separate violations, so the first one I took care of, and the second one was a minor, just grass and all that. So
that was a nice weekend project.
No, it's still going. 6 months.
The pictures on the cities, in the cities file, are those the after or current conditions?
Yes, sir, current conditions. Past inspection first time, which is actually unusual, unfortunately.
Okay, go ahead.
So I would like to see if I get reduced as small as possible.
Do you know what you've invested in the rehabilitation on the property?
Probably a good 10 grand in labor, about a good 20 hours a week for 4 months, so 5 months, so labor's more, I paid myself, so I did all the work. My family did.
Understood. All right, thank you, sir. Anything else from the city on this one?
No, sir.
All right, so this, the lien on this property is $16,100. The city's recommendation is 25%, which would be $4,000. I'm going to reduce this to $1,500 payable within 30 days.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir, here's a copy.
We'll make these photographs part of the file.
Next case numbers, I'm not sure if 6 and 7 are together. Number 6, 1700 North Congress Ave, 404H, CE 08110487, and 1700 North Congress, 206H, CE 08110488 for 6 and 7.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, are these items 6 and 7, it's the same address, is it the same?
Same applicant.
Same applicant?
If we can do them
Okay.
together.
Thank you. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Case ending in 487 first, 1700 North Congress, number 404. Date ordered 3/4 of 09, fine started 4/14 of 9. Ran for 31 days. I believe there's a typo on your sheet. The correct total amount is 3,100.
So hang on, this is tab 7.
For number 1700 Congress, number 404.
Oh, wait a
ending
minute,
in
I'm
487.
Hang on, then I'm looking at
The total is actually 3,100, not that large number on your sheet.
give me a second, I'm looking at the wrong.
Fortunately, it was discovered too late to correct the
We're on
agenda.
agenda item 4, 420 Puritan Road. Where are we?
No, that was the last one.
My number 6 is 1700 North Congress, 404.
Yes, sir. The actual amount is 3,100.
Okay, I have 12,750.
The actual amount is 3,100.
This one is 3,100. Okay, all right. I'm slow today, but I caught up. Okay, so then we also have the...
$100 a day, data compliance 5/15/09, same owner. The other one is case ending in 488, 1700 North Congress, number 206. Date ordered 3/4/09, fine started 4/14 of 09, 31 days, $3,100. $100 a day, date of compliance 5/15/09, basically identical information, same owner. In both cases, these two properties under the same owner have been cited 4 times for the same rental license violations. In one of these, the application, they claim they were unaware, but they signed for the notice. City's asking for 50%.
So they're both $3,100 liens.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. All right, let me hear from the applicant. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. My name is Rosalinda Perez. I'm the property manager for these two properties. I don't really know what happened back in 2009. I was not the property manager then, and I don't know why he didn't, what happened that he didn't receive it. However, I did come into the picture in 2015, the end of 2015, 2015. And I asked about any violations, anything pending, and nothing showed up. In September of 2016, we got a letter saying that there was a violation on another property because he owned 3 in the same building. And I came in, I corrected it immediately. We didn't have to pay any late fees. And I asked if there was anything pending. I went to 2 departments. They said, no, nothing's pending. Everything's clear, everything's in compliance. So I don't know, we didn't find out about this until we got them under contract and we're ready to close. And the title company found that there was liens on these 2 that were waived from 2009. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Okay. I appreciate your comments. Anything else from the city on this?
No way to know who she spoke to in 2015, I think she said, that said that there was nothing else pending, but what does happen, standard is they come in to pay the BTR, and they ask someone, is there any other issues? They look up the properties and see those BTRs are at that time current, so their answer for their department is there are no other issues.
Okay. All right. And here's what I'm going to do on these 2. They're both rental license, certificate of use violations. They're both $3,100 liens. I'm going to reduce both of them so the record's clear. The case ending in 487 will reduce to $500 payable within 30 days. And the case ending in 488, I will also reduce to $500 payable within 30 days. Okay? Thank you very
Appreciate it.
much.
Thanks a lot.
Ma'am?
Not sure, is there anything left on the agenda? Did we cover?
There's one more case.
Just the,
It's number 43 on the regular agenda.
From the previous, yeah.
for 2603 Pinewood Avenue, CE 200200131, number 43.
Hello, Magistrate.
Well, folks- Yep, right there, you're
Cool.
fine.
Thanks.
Good
Fine.
morning.
Good morning. Mark Joyce, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. This case was originally heard on March 18th. It was the last hearing we had before we had a string of canceled hearings due to the coronavirus. The respondent contacted me and asked that they be given more time to comply due to issues that they encountered with the coronavirus. There was 3 violations, or there's 3 orders with 3 different times to comply with 3 different fines. I would suggest, if you're agreeable after you hear their argument, to give them an extension, that we just go to 1 time and one fine if not complied, 1 amount of time.
Sure. Let me go ahead and hear from the respondents. Good morning. Still
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Now it's almost afternoon, right? I'm Jonathan Durr with Bahamas Relief Crews, which started back in September after our hurricane relief efforts for Hurricane Dorian in Freeport. I'm in charge of all the volunteers and partial operations, and then this is
Melissa Brennan.
Yep, and Melissa
Just
Brennan.
go ahead and say that again into the microphone, just so that.
Oh, Melissa Brennan.
Yeah, good morning, guys. So obviously, as the gentleman already presented, we are in the process of building 3 containers that are going down to the Bahamas. They are mobile homes for people that have lost their homes down in Freeport due to COVID and lack of being able to get people together to finish the homes. We just had a delay in finishing that process. And then, of course, as most people are aware, the Bahamas also had their borders closed up until just now. In fact, today I think is when they open up their borders. So we, yeah,
30 days.
they did again. So I've been mentoring a young man from Bahamas, and I was able to get him back through the Bahamian Consulate a few weeks ago. But obviously, this time period, the pandemic has put stress on us all. We haven't been able to complete what we need to. So again, by recommendation of the gentleman over here, if we could have an extension on that, we would truly appreciate it.
What are we talking about?
Now, Melissa is Rodney Mayo's property manager, and he's the property owner, and I've met her on the property with Rodney. He's asking for 90 more days to get everything in compliance. I would like to vacate the 3 previous orders, or whatever that is, or however the split order, or the 1 split order, and just go with 90 days, or say a $200 a day fine if they don't come into compliance.
I have no objection to that at all. From the standpoint of order documentation, do you want to do a order vacating the previous orders and a new order allowing an additional 90 days, or how do you want to?
Yeah, I think the best way is to vacate the prior.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so why don't,
give them 90
so-
days now.
Sounds like everybody's in agreement with that. Then what I will do is vacate the previous orders, whatever extensions or whatever time deadlines and whatever daily fines, and enter a new order that allows an additional 90 days from today. And if the compliance is not achieved within that time frame, then daily fines of $200 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved. So that gives you your 3 additional months.
Great, we appreciate that. And then just so that way we're clear, none of the fines, we're kind of starting fresh right now. Is that to be clear?
90 days from today.
90
yeah.
days from today, and then fines will start.
Correct.
So there's no previous fines from the
Correct. I'm going to vacate the time,
Cool.
the time deadlines.
Just like to be clear with everybody.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, whatever
Thank
the
you.
previous order said about deadlines and daily fines will be vacated, and a substitute order will be signed that gives 90 days from today, July 1st. And so that gets you all of July, all of August, and all of September, more or less. And then starting in October is when the daily fines would start to accrue if you're not in compliance by then.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mark.
All right,
Appreciate it.
thank you very much.
Have a nice
I
day.
appreciate it. Anything else to come before me this morning? Okay, then it's 11:44 and we stand adjourned.